You're laughing. Okay. As innocent as a church mouse. Good morning, guys. Hey, big fella, how are ya? Hi. Hi. You doing okay? Oh, I know you're walking weird.
Catch you later.
Bye, Kim.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
You're awesome.
Thanks.
Oh, no. Oh, just go. Just go. Don't look. She left. I said just go, don't look, because Dagda's waiting by the door.
Hey, Kim.
She leaves.
Just walk out.
Boy, he really knows how to pull at your heartstrings. Good morning, guys.
I wasn't going to deal with it.
She said she told me the other day she went back on the cam and watched how long he sat there, and she's like, okay, see, look, Kim, if you go back and watch, he's just playing, so he's fine.
No, he's not.
Oh, little lady, you don't even have to do nothing. I just go right there. There, son of a bird. Good morning, guys. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys? In typical fashion, we're late. It's Lynette's fault. It's not, I'm going to be honest. It's not. We'll be showing the sad little baby. What sad little baby?
Do we have a sad little baby?
All alone in this pen? Oh, willpower.
Thank you, Jabber.
He's actually, well, I just gave him his pain meds, so he's very comfortable and zonked out. He's comfy and zonked out, so he's doing
Is medicine good?
Yeah, the holding thing didn't work. I'm scared on holding him because I'm afraid I'm going to pull his little stitchies. So, but we got it. Yay, goodness. So, you guys ready for some updates? We don't have many. Well, it's been kind of a busy week, but, you know, it has been a busy week. Since you came back from vacation, every single week has been busy, but then again, you know, it is c'est la vie. It is what it is on running a cat rescue. So, we'll delve in here. Our first up, go.
Can I interrupt you a second?
Yeah.
Mark Gibbons. Is he the one? Oh my gosh. I seen the sketch that you done. Amazing.
Mark, you really are talented. And he's always like, just a little something for fun. And I'm like, boy, I wish I could do a little something for fun. Such talent.
His stick figures
are beautiful. No, they're beautiful. So, Mark, you always cheer us up with your little sketches. Thank you so much for doing that.
awesome. He done a sketch of me and Megan
Doing a nail trim.
A nail trim.
Um,
And oh my gosh.
Mark, are you located in the, where are you? Are you in the U.S. or? I'm gonna bet the UK.
You think?
Let me see if I can. I'm gonna. I just know you're
What's
gonna
your
knock this
issue?
over. Let me see here.
Yes, Christine P. I think it is. Right?
There it is.
Aw, thanks, Taz. We're doing great. England.
England? Okay, I knew it. You know what gave it away? Do you know what gave it away that he was in England?
No.
The X. Everybody in England does the X. I don't know what that means, but you all do it. I think it's like hug, maybe? Or
Slap.
yeah. It's either like X or XX or XXX. Sometimes if you get crazy, and I don't know what it means, but I think it's like an endearment thing. Okay, there.
Cindy.
Can you see it? Oh, it's not like...
There you
X.
Yeah, Dr.
Hugs or
X.
kiss. Okay.
Aw.
Everybody in UK signs off on that. It's like a universal symbol that you are from the UK.
Aw, how sweet.
Thank you. Isn't that beautiful? It was beautiful, and he's done so many of those. I mean, he did one for Christine. He did one of me the other day. I mean, he just randomly sits down and just scribbles out this like beautiful thing. I'm like, it's amazing.
I do that too.
No.
All right, I scribble.
She does scribble. Stick figures. They're beautiful. I look so much thinner in her drawings because they're stick.
Kind of stick. Crooked stick.
Crooked stick. So thank you, Mark, for doing
Yes.
that. So in other news, we have a few updates with some Kit Kats that we've been going on with. So I'll start with Azarel just because she's at the top of my mind. Azarel last week had something. She was just off. She wasn't acting right. I went to go give her a dewormer. That's always, like, for an outside cat, it's always kind of a good way to start. Noticed in her mouth she was a little jaundiced. We sent her right up to Dr. Darcy's, who's absolutely amazing, the next day, and they determined she had a very high liver enzymes level. So we started some antibiotics on her and took her back up yesterday for just a recheck to see how her levels are doing. And she is perfectly normal. I don't even think I told you that. Did I tell you that?
Did.
I did.
Yes.
Okay. It came back perfectly normal. So happy that her so very happy that she's doing much better. That's awesome. The next thing we have is obviously Willpower. Willpower's amputation went through, God, was that already this week? He had his amputation on Tuesday, came home on Wednesday, and I'm telling you what, it is like he was meant to be like this. I've never seen a kitty that's just so ready to go after surgery. So he's just doing very, very, very well. I'm very pleased with him.
Okay, you guys, get off the Kit Kats.
I know, now she's going to want a Kit Kat. Yeah, she likes Kit Kats. So yeah, it went really well for his surgery. I just can't believe it. He's happy as a lark, and I think he would be happier if I hurried up and threw him on the floor already and let him play around, which he probably will soon. I'm gonna give him a little bit. I'm gonna start with like a few bits of outings and let him roam around and all that stuff. So yeah, he's a doll, and he's doing fantastic. So I'm really excited about that. The next up is running when he was down. He really does actually have a better quality of life. Taz said that he basically has a better quality of life. He really does. He's not, he used to kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but like hunch on the ground to get his like little half paw down so his body would be constantly angled downward. And now that that leg's off, he doesn't feel like he needs to scrunch down to, I don't know, let it sit there. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, scrunch down, and he's just much more, he's not hindered by dragging this dead leg around. So that's amazing. His stitches will come out in about 10 to 14 days. So other than that, he's just doing absolutely amazing, and he's ready to be out. And will his mobility be different than Dagda's? I mean, a little bit in the regards of front leg, back leg. You know, it's just going to look a little bit different. But he's so used to not having that leg working anyways. I think he's actually going to be better
I think so too.
without it. Does that make sense? Like, when he had that dead leg, you're like, gosh, well, it's kind of handy that he has a little something he can kind of prop himself up on. He's actually acting more comfortable and more happy without it. So that's really exciting. He's been just happy. The other day he leaned back on his haunches, on his 2 back legs, lifted his 1 front leg and just sat on 2 legs and was cleaning his paws. So I saw him getting in the litter box and going to the potty, and I kind of watched how that was going to work for him. It was almost better.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't, I don't know how to explain it. You would think it, yeah, you would just think that it wouldn't be as good as what it is, but it is. Oh, yeah, Craig saw him. I mean, he started sitting straight up right away. It's not like it was like hanging down on him. So really, really good results with that. I'm so happy. Cheeto Puff is back from his surgery. He came back yesterday. And he's doing really good too. Yesterday he was still pretty darn groggy when he came back, so it was kind of hard to gauge on how well he's doing. But this morning he was up and about, and I gave him some pain meds and purring, and he's very much liking the pain meds, I think. I think they all do. So he's doing really good, and I think after he gets over the uncomfortableness of the surgery, and having all his teeth removed, I think once he gets over that, he's going to be so much more happier not having that constant pain of teeth issues. So he did do a entire mouth, what's the word? Entire mouth removal, whatever. Extraction. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. They did an entire mouth extraction, so he has no teeth at all. He probably will be like Spiker and have his tongue flopped out a bit, I bet. You don't think?
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
We'll see. Time will tell. Last night he was really having a hard time figuring out what was going on because he's like, pawing at his face. It's just got to feel weird. You know how your mouth feels when you have a dental?
When you have one tooth pulled?
When you have one tooth done and it feels weird and your face is numb. It's just, I can't imagine having it all done at once. But there you have it. The next one we were going to go over was Buckeye, who is sitting over there. He's kind of a little sulky because he doesn't want to be in a pen, and he doesn't want this wrap around him, and he can't really walk with this. He walks all funny. It's like the cats when you put the walking harness on them and they can't walk anymore. Right. He's got this bandage wrap around his entire midsection, holding the suture in place. So he's doing really good. I think at some point, probably today, I'm going to try to take that suture wrap off and see how it's looking, and maybe put some new gauze there and get some air a bit, but we'll see. Other than that, he's doing really good. I think he's a little sulky and a little pouty.
He's actually sleeping really good right now.
He is sleeping really good. He's curled up in this cute little ball. Yeah, he's got some mesh, which I think I'm gonna have to replace some at some point. This little mesh over the open spot. So his wound was only this big. They were able to take this weird bump, stretch it out like it should be, and flatten it and tack it down. So he's only got a little bit of flesh around the way. So is Dobby with him? No, he's not with him, just because Buckeye's such a super duper lovey boy. That's why I teased last night when Pat was here. I said, Pat, give him wet food. Don't look at him. Don't give him any attention. He's going to want it. Don't do it. He is such a roly-poly, lovey boy. If you even come near him, he's rolling and flipping and touch me. And that's what was causing the issue, was he was just bursting this little wound thing open, and it just kept bleeding. So hopefully it'll heal very well for him, and we'll see. Yeah, possibly. I'll see. The downside is that wound on his back is just such in a very weird location. It's almost difficult to even hold him, because you naturally put your arm over, and that's how we found out it burst anyways. Lynette was carrying him up. How'd that feel, Lynette?
Icky.
Yeah. So this bump burst on her arm.
I was going to look at him.
Yeah, we were going to just trim it up. Him up, because the hair was starting to grow back, and you kind of want to keep the hair away from the open wound, you know, so we were just going to kind of trim it up a little bit and get it cleaned up before we brought him up here, and then that's when this little thing burst, and one thing led to another. What are you looking for?
I was gonna grab a cat and show
Where the wound was? Oh, she's going to do a little test run. Yeah, see,
this is a natural way to hold a cat.
yeah, just kind of natural. And his wound is here.
Right where your arm
Yep,
would go to
the
support
natural way to hold it. And she wasn't, you know, she wasn't even squeezing. It just was the right natural way that she held him. And it just like, and she's like, my arm's all wet. And I'm like, let me see. And, ooh, it was, I was like, don't move. Leave your arm. And she was just like this. I'm like, and I'm Lysol wiping her arm. I'm like, yum. So, yeah, it was pretty icky. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so that was something interesting. I'm very, very grateful for Dr. Darcy's office, who...
But it was a good thing that it did burst. Because then we really knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm. It was very hard to see, and you can't explain to someone how hard it was to see unless you saw it. But
it was kind of
like, think
underneath, or
yeah. So like, this is like the top of my hand is like the fur, you know. So at some point his skin was pulled back, really showing open skin, and then flipped inside out like this and was starting to grow like this. So the fur was inside against the connective tissue. So it would have never healed like that. You know, the only way it would have healed is by doing surgery, opening that back up, and flattening back out, if that makes sense. So on the outside, we, you know, the wound was very small by the time when I showed Dr. Mercer, who did the surgery on him. When I showed Dr. Mercer, she was actually really impressed and amazed that it had gone from so big to so little. So that's the good news is, you know, by this all happening, we realized he would have had to have had that last bit just surgically, but you couldn't have done it until it shrunk down to that point anyway. So it actually was all really good all around. So, I mean, as gross as it was, and, you know, emergency appointment and all that stuff. So I'm a little nervous about it now because that skin is kind of tacked into connective tissue. So we're just really going to have to watch it. And the tricky part is he rolls a lot. So we need to make sure that that skin is tacked down into that connective tissue before he starts rolling. Okay. Hopefully that works.
Sorry, that was your weight loss
science
story
doctor.
this morning.
Right. Yeah. Now I can't eat.
I'm ready to eat.
I was going to say, speaking of weight loss, Lynette and I are going to be going out to eat with some friends at noon today. These are
that will not be weight loss.
This will be really, we're really excited. These are just friends of ours from the Humane Society, and we're looking forward to going out with them. We were planning on it last week. She had a big humane case come up, so it had to get canceled and postponed. So we're going out today, and we're really excited. So we're going to disappear about noon, and thanks. I'm excited. Yes.
Terry.
Oh, thanks, Terry. We will have fun. It's nice. You know, we've talked with them so much in the past, and I used to work with them ages ago too. So I know these ladies really well, and it's really fun. But it's just really nice to talk with people that do the exact same thing that you do. You know, they deal with getting yelled at on the phone calls that, well, mostly Lynette gets, getting yelled at on phone calls and all that stuff, you know, so it's just kind of nice having a camaraderie among people that know what you do. I guess.
This is how I handle it. This is how
You
works
handle
better.
it. Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be, I will. Yeah. They're really good people. They take care of a lot of the town stuff, as far as,
Mandy, probably wouldn't bother us.
Thanks, Mandy. Yeah, so it'll be really fun. I'm excited. We've been talking about doing this for a year and a half. So it's nice that we're actually finally doing it.
And it's nice that we can work so close with the local Humane Society.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not always been
It's just nice to have a good working relationship
yes.
with them. So, you know, if they have a humane case for large animals, we have a holding place for large animals, or they have, you know, a little bit ago they had a cat issue, and they couldn't house all the cats, so they took some, we took some. So it really...
You're right, Craig. It's teamwork is what it's all about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good support system in both ways, just because...
Yeah, I guess I do have a tougher stomach than Megan.
She does, yeah. Saturated pill pocket will do me in. I'm done. But yeah, so it's exciting. It's really fun, so I'm looking forward to it. And it's just nice to get out of the office, and I'm sure for them too. So we have that coming up. What else am I missing?
We have an adoption today?
We have 2 adoptions today. One at 2:30, which will be Chomper, Chomper, Chomper. I'm excited. The family that's coming to get her, they kind of fell in love with her picture right away, and they came in to look at her. They saw a couple other kitties. They were kind of curious about them, but they just ultimately, they were like, Chomper's it. Chomper's the one. So it's a very nice, quiet household, which I think will be really fun, because Chomper's kind of a quiet gal.
She is.
You know, she's very, just chill. Is that blocking her way? I think it is.
Bonnie, are you a little lost?
No, she's here, Bonnie. It's okay, baby. There you go. There you go, sweets. Oh yeah, here's some food. Mm-hmm. Yep. I have an odd sense of humor as well, so all is well.
To say the least.
Mm-hmm. So that's good for Chomper. So we have her at 2:30 for her adoption, and then at 3 we have the official adoption of Wheeler, and he's going home and getting the heck out of here and never to see these walls again, and he's going to be in his own home forever and ever and ever and ever. So Cindy is very, very, very excited. If you can't tell, she's about ready to burst.
Yes.
She almost stayed on site last night in Kitty Castle with Wheeler just because she missed him, and I'm like, she's like, no, I'm just going to get one good night of sleep. And so yay, it'll be good. The next up is, let's see here, I had a question. Oh, that's a question. I'm completely
Murph.
Murph's been doing really good. I think he's seeming to calm down a little bit and getting settled in. He has currently not been taking his medicine. I don't want to force it on him, and he seems like he's been doing really, really, really well. So he's actually not taking it for a handful of days now. I'm just going to kind of lay off of it for a little bit and see how he keeps doing. If you don't need to medicate, why medicate? You know? So
Good.
he has been really good. So I'm just going to go with that and leave it that way. Yeah, so he's oh yeah, he just needs someone's lap that he can just snuggle up on, and he has been doing really good. Yeah, at night he's been doing really good. Who's this? Butterbean.
Oh, is that who it was?
Butterbean, Butterbean, Butterbean. Butterbean, you might not want to do that. Yeah, so really, really excited for Murph. He's been doing really well. Still love to see him get a wonderful home, because I think he needs a home that's going to be quiet and just like probably 2 adults, you know, like a very quiet, and 2 adults that are probably home all the time. Not to be too specific, but 2 adults that are retired with no children and no other pets.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be good. Anything else that we need to touch on? Abba and a pony are doing awesome. I do have them back in their pen right now because we're going to be gone a little bit today, so I didn't want to put them on the floor and then leave them. They're doing really well. They're much more happier in their pen. They feel safe that way, and I understand that. So I'm, again, you know, not going to force them. I'm going to do what they feel comfortable with. I mean, eventually they're going to be too big for the pen. They'll need to come out, but we'll just go slow. So I've got a small area kind of set up in the back, so we'll see how it goes. Gideon and Meatball, though, on the other hand, are fine. I mean, right as rain. So they're doing good. Could they go in Wheeler's room eventually? Alicia, I've thought about that. So that might be a possibility. I'm trying to think of a good option. I have personally not dealt with completely blind babies, so I'm going to have to do some research. I've got some time, and I've been trying to work on things. It seems like the most of it saying smaller, you know, start small, little. So we'll see. Is Wheeler taking the sofa and TV? I think the TV's going to stay. Well, I don't think. I'm pretty sure the TV's going to stay. That was actually donated by Mary Braid, bless her heart. The sofa, I think is going to be chucked. That was actually an old sofa, and it's pretty scratched up and worn, so I think it's going to be chucked. Our Canadian friends, Lurkers, replaced it up front, so we have a brand new one. But what about using the playpen that Debbie got for Gideon? I think they're a smidge too big for that playpen, but we'll see. That's true. Yeah, once they grow, they'll adapt. Yeah. So I just want to do what's ever going to be comfortable for them. So we'll see. Anything else that I'm missing? I'm tired. Sorry, guys. What?
I can.
I think that's it. Any other questions?
Everybody's doing good.
Yeah, there's really nothing to write home about. Then I will be working on more weights and nails and all that stuff. So there's that. Debbie Cat's doing good. She's with actually the 2 ladies in Patty's place now. Chia and Praline. She's with them, so they seem to be doing well. We've been wanting her to come out, and she's just kind of, I think she's, well, Debbie Cat's very social, and I think, you know, she'll obviously do great in a home and all that stuff, and she did great when she was here. I think she's like, I liked having a small home. Yeah. So I get it. Really nice.
How's Jimmy doing? Jimmy finished, today is his last radiation treatment for a month.
This month.
And then they will start radiation back again for a couple weeks. He's doing good. He really is. He's a little tired, a little more tired.
Yeah.
And has days that, or times. It doesn't usually last all day, but throughout the day he'll just sit down and say, I'm not feeling quite right.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's doing good. Still a pain in the butt, so. Thank you.
Yeah, and it seems like, just from what I've seen, those days where he feels off, it's a real weird off. It's not like you feel sick. It's not like you feel sleepy. It's like he just feels off. It's a real weird offage. So hopefully that will dissipate over time, and luckily it doesn't seem like it's 100% of the time. So
No.
that's good.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys for the prayers. Little Jimmy is actually 25, 23.
In his early 20s.
Yeah.
So he's done with school and he's actually working on the property. We snagged him and we're using him for all the labor stuff. And then Taz asked earlier, what's your favorite part about working at the rescue?
What's my favorite part?
Your favorite part? I want to know.
Oh my gosh. Everything. There's really nothing I
There would be
don't like.
That'd be pretty hard. I think it's so much, and that's what makes this place different. I think
It every day is so different,
Mhm.
and so spontaneous. I mean, you don't have time to think. Do I
Which
want to
can be
do
a-
this or not? It's
can-
just like you do it.
Yeah, it can be a bad thing, or a good thing, but yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. The worst thing, probably Megan all day.
It's the best part.
I love Megan.
I think it would be like
There's never a dull moment. That is for sure.
no, there's not. There's actually, we had like a couple days. I remember last year, a couple days, and this sounds really weird, but there was a couple days where it was actually kind of slow. Like there was like nothing going on. There was nothing that needed done. There was nothing, and we were just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. This is nice.
yeah, like what do we do? I
Graham,
think,
how are you doing?
every time I see Graham on Facebook, I see him doing some other really awesome thing. He was in an airplane the other day, possibly flying it. I don't know. It looks like you were flying it. Yeah, you look like you're having fun.
Good for you.
But yeah, there's definitely drama some days.
Yeah.
Taz said, you can notice from the cam sometimes there's a lot of drama going on, or like really busy, hectic days. But the good, fun, laughter times are the best. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely days where it's definitely hectic and tiresome and all that stuff. But I think it's neat. We get to work with cats or just animals in general, and we get to make them feel better. And I think you guys add a really interesting dynamic where that's true. Craig says, not when I show up, Megan. You're always busy. Yeah, I just think you guys add a really fun dynamic, and that's really neat. Yeah, and then the workers and the volunteers, everybody here really cares about cats. So, yeah. Lynette, how many?
How many grandkids do I have? I have 8.
Too many.
Not enough. They're so much fun.
She's, baby. Can I show them, Jenny? Thank you, Taz.
I'm gonna have 8.5 because I'm gonna adopt Parker.
Right? Okay. All right. This is a touch cute. Look at this.
How can you not want to just hold that
Look at
and
that.
love that?
Look at this. Jenny, I have a feeling he's going to be very ironic. He's like, there's one that she sent. Oh, here's one. Look at those cheeks. Oh, my
Just want to kiss
goodness.
them.
Goodness. There's one that she sent the other day, though. That was, oh, look at this. Okay. This is, you know how I feel about babies, but look at this. I mean, he's like, yeah, I got it pretty good.
Uh-huh.
I got it pretty good. Yeah, you made that. like an arts and crafts project. You made it.
There is a question.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fun. Go ahead.
Oh,
I didn't say it.
I think it was by Frankie. How do we determine the birth date of a kitten that comes in?
Oh, that's a fun question. Oh, I like this
Good
one.
question.
I like this one. That was a good one. Okay, how do we determine the birth dates by the kittens? It's you kind of, I mean, you guess, but you can go by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's much easier the younger they are because they go by weight. So as a general rule of thumb, it's 1 pound per month up until about 6 months. And that's just the general rule of thumb. So if they're 1 pound, you can assume they're 1 month. Go back. If they're 1.5 pounds, 1.5 months, you just kind of go back on your dates. When they get older, that's where it gets tricky because that's the really, I mean, a 5-year-old cat can look like a 10-year-old cat. You know, it goes by teeth a lot. Teeth is the big thing. Their overall appearance of their eyes, their fur. But these can vary drastically based on what kind of life they've had before. Were they outside cat and they had to chew meat off of bones and eat raccoons and squirrels and, you know, whatever. So their bones look, or their teeth look real bad. It's a really hard way to gauge the older ones, but that's the best thing you can do with them.
Kittens are a lot easier to guess the weight or the age.
Mm-hmm. Much. But sometimes they're hard, like Meatball. Yeah, can you count the rings on their bellies? Meatball,
about that.
For example, when he came in, he weighed as much as a 1-month-old kitten. Well, that's just impossible. You know, we do happen to have 1-month-old kittens here about that time. Like, say Gideon was, I think Gideon was 1.5 months or something by the time Meatball came in. And Meatball was much bigger physically than Gideon, so you know that he's supposed to be a bigger cat. He just was malnourished, and he only weighed 1 pound. So that was kind of an interesting thing. So you have to kind of take all those into effect. And I still struggled greatly with older cats. And Darcy, sometimes I'll send a cat up to Darcy, and she'll be like,
Oh.
10 to 16, maybe. It's pretty hard to do on the older ones, so. Oh, golly. So that was a good question. I like that. Thank you. And so, all right, anything else, guys? We'll get ready to head out. And yeah, that's a good question. That was one I struggled with a lot when I took over. But the 1 pound per month is a really great. Yeah, street life ages them for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So sometimes it's hard to gauge, like, you know, Cheeto, he's only 2, and he had horrible teeth. But we know that he's 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he has all his teeth removed. Well, if you find him in the street later and you look at him and you're like, well, you know, he's got all his teeth removed. Is he 10? You know, it's hard to gauge, but it's interesting.
But his eyes
The eyes are...
tell you different.
Yes. The more...
The way they play and...
Mm-hmm. How clear they are.
Yeah.
Older cats, like you'll notice on, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but Kiara and Mr. Darcy, I feel like the older they get, their eyes kind of almost sink back a little bit. And then they'll also start getting just a little more foggier. Kiki. Oh, I bet she's outside.
No,
Did you see her?
Yeah.
Kiki. Said we can't judge by Pania.
Kiara.
Oh, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. That was a really great question. Thank you. We're going for Mexican. I'm really excited. They do lose some of that sparkle and that like crispness to their eyes. It's very interesting. So, Manchos. Kiki's under the blanket, blue table. Oh, in the bed. under that blanket. Is she?
They are so good.
Oh,
Hi, baby girl.
come here, Kiki. Can we show them how pretty you are? Another thing I feel like with old cats, they also start getting, their hair gets clumpy.
Yes.
You know, like it starts clumping together. It's not quite as soft as it once was back in their heyday.
Here, look at.
Oh, she's like, I don't want to show my eyes. There. You see her eyes a little. I know.
They're kind of not as bright, and
I know it's hard to see, but they're a little more sunken in, and you know. It says, well, can you show them how beautiful you is? Oh, it's so pretty.
see how her fur's just kind of
Gets a little clumpy.
clumpy and kind of greasier feeling.
Mm-hmm. Kiki, will you show them how pretty? Yeah, she's like, oh, too bright, too bright. Yeah, oh, sweetie. Tweaky. Tweaky. Oh, her's a little old lady, but you don't look old lady. I love it when sometimes she gets, have you ever seen her do that? She'll get her, like, burst of kitten. She'll just get, like, yeah, she probably will be mad at us for a couple weeks now. But she'll sometimes get a burst of kitten, a spoon on the floor. She's been liking that toy. Oh, that's nice. Oh. You're such a sweet lady.
She is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like a matting, but not like, you can brush through it. It's real weird, but
It's clumpy.
clumpy is, yeah, it just kind of starts clumping together. Oh, she's the boss, yeah, and she knows it too. Oh, it is Key. She's like, no, I might play now. She's like, I'm going to show everybody I'm not that old. All right, well, we're going to get ready to head out, guys. So, thank you so much for the chat. You guys are wonderful. And thank you, Benny Rob. That's nice.
There, she's gonna sit there and pose for you now.
Kiki.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. And then we'll be back up this afternoon.
Oh, yes. Thanks. I gave her a spoon, see if she likes it. She's like, thank you. We're looking forward to lunch. Been in the mood for Mexican for a little bit, so this is going to be good. She's so yakety yackers. Yakety yackers. Look at Spiker. He's like, I like eating. It makes me happy. Happy tail, happy tail. Thanks, guys. Okay, that looks awesome, buddy. Looks awesome here, Tommy. Oh, you just
wash them.
Oh,
Not really my people. You want me to put this? You used it once.
Annette, I kind of had a peek in here a little bit.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty. Yep. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. No, come on. Good job. Oh no. Sorry about that. But I just flopped and dumped all my food. Oh. Because I flopped. use the gauntlet, actually, didn't make bad at all. You just waiting to take a new bars and it looks like it's sticking. Did you get that? Did you look at it at all? Were you able to see it much? Huh? Yeah. Oh. No, I'm saying the skin looks like it's sticking down.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, sorry. Did you think I meant the bandage sticking to it?
Yes.
No. I'm sorry. I meant it looks like the skin is sticking down.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we need to watch for. Sorry, I wasn't very clear on that, wasn't I? Cindy, we're going out to eat soon, so you're gonna rule the roost. You want me to bring you back some?
No, I don't have lunch. If I needed $1, that's all right.